Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mabel Villanueva, and today we are going to discuss about the option contracts and other derivatives. So, our agenda for today is to discuss the option contracts, the types, hedging, speculating, risks, and rewards, and also the derivatives, the advantages and disadvantages, and other derivatives such as future, forward, and swap. Okay, so for our learning objectives in this session, we will cover the basic option contracts and what they are and how they work, and how options and derivatives can protect investment or be used for speculation, and the risk and rewards of using these tools, and also we'll also touch on other types of derivatives like future, forwards, and swap. Okay, so option contract. This is a financial agreement that grants the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell a particular asset like stock at a preset price with a given period. Um, Option contract gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation to buy or to sell an asset like their stocks at specific price within a set time frame. Think of it na lang as reserving a product. You're not required to buy it, but you can buy it if you want to before the deal expires. So, example, imagine you can reserve a car for a month at a fixed price, but you only have to buy it if you want to. Okay, so there are two main types of options. We have puts. It can be bought as a leverage bet on the appreciation of a stock or index, and we have calls are purchased to profit from decline. Puts, these are like insurance policy. You buy them if you think the price of something will go down, and while yung calls naman is these are bets that the price will go up. Okay, so example, if you believe a stock will drop, you buy a put to sell it later at a higher price. If you think a stock will rise, you buy a call to lock in a lower buying price. So, hedging and speculating. So, options can be used for hedging like insurance for your own investments, or they can use for speculation, which is essentially making a bet on where the market will go. So, yeah, options can be effective tool for hedging as they allow investors to keep their investments against downside risk while retaining the possibility of upside gain. While the options are also allowed use for speculative purposes because of their inherent leverage. Since options allow you to control a large amount of a stock or another underlying asset through a relatively small premium, they can offer increased speculative prospects. So here are the examples. So hedging with option contract. Sabihin natin ang scenario, you own 100 shares of ABC company and the current price per share is 3,000 pesos. You are concerned that the price might drop in the next month but don't want to sell your shares today. So in hedge, you buy a put option with a strike of 3,000 that expires in 1 month. So this put option gives you the right to sell your shares at 3,000 even if the market price drops to like 1,000 to 500. So yung cost, you pay a premium for the put option, say 100 per share. Then outcome, if the price drop, if ABC company's stock drops to 2,000, you can exercise the option and sell at 3,000, limiting your loss. So outcome, if price rise, stay the same. If the stock stay above 3,000, like naging 4,000 na siya, you lost the premium. But still, you own the share. So, for speculating with option contract naman, the scenario is you believe that ABC company stock currently at 1,500 will rise to 2,500 in the next 2 months. So, speculation mo is You buy a call option with a strike price of 2,000 that expires in 2 months. This call option gives you the right to buy the stock at 2,000. So, uh, ang outcome neto if the price rises, like if IB's company stocks drop to 2,500, you can buy pa rin to ng 2,000 and sell at 2,500, making a profit of 500 per share. Okay, so for risk and rewards of options, options trading offer both opportunities and risk. It can help protect or enhance portfolio, but it requires a strong understanding of the market. Calls and puts can be powerful tools, but factors like the time decay and volatility are crucial. Ensure the market conditions and timing match your strategy. Have a clear plan for when to sell or exercise the option based on the asset's performance. So, options carry both risk and reward. Kasi the risk is you might lose the premium you paid if the market doesn't move in your favor, or the reward you can earn profit without having to own the actual stock, and you limit your losses to the premium. So, the call option, risk and rewards. Trading call option is risky. You can lose the premium if the stock doesn't rise above the strike price. Time decay and volatility can also uh, the reason. So, however, call option offer leverage, limiting losses to the premium paid, and can be used for speculation, income, or strategy. Then put option, risk and rewards. Put option carry risk like losing the entire premium if the stock price stays above the strike price and the impact of time decay as expiration year. So, however, they offer rewards such as profiting from the stock declines without short selling and protecting portfolios with a pre-finder's limit. So, technically, um, you have options. You can use hedging or speculation, calls and put options para mag-benefit ka. You can use that strategy, pero it's very risky at the same time. Kasi yun nga, may expiration siya, hindi siya naka-stay lang doon pag in-avail mo. So, parang high risk talaga siya, but uh, malilesen yung risk nun if aaralin mo talaga yung market. And the basic example for this risk and rewards is if you buy a call option and the stock price doesn't rise, you only lose the premium. But if the price goes up, you can buy low and sell high pa rin naman. So, yun. Depende na lang kung ano yung goal mo and strategy mo. If gusto mo ba talaga kumita or ayaw mo malus yung premium mo. If if ayaw mo malus yung premium mo, so better na wala ka na lang gamitin sa dalawa. But if you're really playing the market, then you're willing to lose the premium pero gusto mo pa rin naman siya kumita, then go for call options and put options. Okay, so for our next topic is derivatives. It is a financial security with a value that is reliant upon or derived from an underlying asset or group of assets. So, derivatives are financial product whose value depends on another asset like a stock or a commodity. They allow people to manage the risk or lock in prices. So example, yung farmer use derivative to lock in prices for crops before harvest, protecting them from price drop. So the advantages and disadvantages of derivatives, um, advantages is lock in prices, hedge against unfavorable movements in rate, mitigate risk, and disadvantages changes the amount to expiration, the cost of holding the underlying asset, and interest rate. So derivatives can help by locking in prices, hedging risk, and managing yung interest rate changes. However, they can also lose the value due to the changing market conditions then or costs associated with holding them. So aside from option, we have other derivatives such as futures, forwards, and swap. So in the next few slides, we will discuss them thoroughly each. Okay, so for futures, this is the contract na um, parang may kasunduan sila na like may kasunduan talaga sila formally in the letter na uh, bibilhin niya to, bibili niya yung bahay ko for an amount of 50 million pesos. So sa kanya na yon regardless kung hindi ko pa ma-turn over sa kanya or hindi ko pa ma-award sa kanya yung bahay. Pero sa kanya na yon sa worth na 50 million. So if I change my mind after 5 years, after 10 years, or kahit hindi ko pa na-aware ta's nagbago yung isip ko, hindi ko na siya puwede gawin. Yung magbabago isip ko kasi tingin ko na mas malaki ko na siya mabebenta sa time na yun na feeling ko mabebenta ko na siya ng billion yung bahay na yun. So, hindi siya possible kasi meron kayong contract. So, sa buyer side, parang siyempre, yan, mas happy siya kasi ah billion na yung price nun pag nakuha niya or mas mataas na pero, 50 million lang yung binayaran niya. So, mababa yung binayaran niya. While yung seller naman is kaya naka-sadlist kasi parang naka-fix na kasi yung price na yon na hindi niya na pwedeng ibenta ng mas mataas na halaga sa ibang tao kasi they have contract. Okay. So, for forwards naman is, ayan, si Alice na pag-decide niya na gusto niya ibenta yung Bitcoin niya dito kay Bob. Then si Bob naman gusto bumili ng Bitcoin na worth 10,000. So nagkaroon sila ng agreement na ibebenta ni Alice yung Bitcoin niya kay Bob ng 10,000. So pero after 3 months pa. So regardless kung magkano na yung amount ng Bitcoin after 3 months, there's no turning back na kasi may kasunduan na sila na after 3 months is babayaran na ni Bob yun ng 10,000. So, kahit na maging 20,000 pa yung price ng Bitcoin, yun at yun pa rin yun, 10,000. Kasi meron na sila agreement. Okay, so for swap naman yan, you can parang direct na parang mag-forward lang kayo. Uh, like, like yun nga yung example sa forward na pag nag-agree kayo after 3 months, yun, mapupunta na sa kanya yung stocks, tapos babayaran mo na siya for a certain money, and tawag nun is single period swap contract. While sa multi-period swap contract naman is mag-a-agree kayo, tapos magpapalit-palit kayo ng time kung kailan nyo siya parang gusto na mag-swap kayo, pwede nyo mapalitan yung contract nyo or yung agreement nyo. Which is hindi possible sa future kasi fixed na yung time na yun. And sa forwards din. Okay, that's all for option contracts and other derivatives. Thank you.